We are going to be doing some more lives, some more guides for BTS. Um, we are going to be doing some more Boracity Magazine. Oh shoot, my mic's not even in front of me. We're going to be doing some more Boracity Magazine the guides. So feel free. I am live right now, so feel free in the future for you guys who are watching this in the future. Feel free to fast forward, pause, whatever you want to do while I'm talking to chat, while I'm talking, whatever you want to do while I'm in the middle. Once the video is done and I'm talking to the chat, you don't want to hear that part. You can fast forward and whatnot, etc. But I'll be right back. I'm just gonna grab my tablet real quick just to keep up with the chat and all that, and we'll go ahead and start one of the videos. I'll be right back. Shit, my microphone was off the whole damn time. God damn it. God damn. I forgot to turn my mic on as soon as I got back. I apologize about it. But guys, we're about to start this video. I wanted to do BTS versus boy bands coming back. Just start off something light, something lighthearted. You know what I mean? It's a 12-minute video. It's not bad. That gives me enough time for people in the chat to give me some more recommendations by Boracity Magazine to do. So let's go ahead and start this, guys. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. And it's BTS versus boy bands coming back.
It's not very clear in which moment exactly BTS exploded in the US.
I seriously forgot what I gotta say.
I feel like it was around... When did I start hearing of BTS? Like a lot. Probably I would say around 2017, 18-ish. Around there maybe.
Because their success is more the result of an increasing growth rather than a hit song or a band. However, since their first appearance on an American award show at the 2017 BBMAs and their US TV debut at the 2017 AMAs, it was clear that they became the biggest boy band in America and in the world. However, this was seen as a fluke. Many believe that since One Direction did not exist anymore, the industry needed a new boy band just like them to replace them. History showed that it had always been this way. BTS was just a random group that became the most popular only because there were no other options available, right? The Western music industry had several attempts to create their next big boy band. The Miami-based boy band CNCO debuted the same month One Direction announced their
Miami-based? I've never heard of them before. Miami-based boy band?
hiatus.
CNCO. Have you guys ever heard of them? I've never heard of them before.
The Miami-based boy band CNCO debuted the same month One Direction announced their hiatus, and they were also formed like them in a TV music competition. Although they tried gaining a Latin American audience first, which by the way they succeeded at that, the group eventually had eyes on an American audience. Reason why they did many interviews in American media and released versions of their songs featuring English-speaking artists such as Little Mix and Meghan Trainor. Even though CNCO had a couple of hits in Latin America, they couldn't break into the American music industry.
Yeah, I never heard of
Forever
them.
in Your Mind was another boy band formed in a TV music competition that tried to fill the empty boy band space. Actually, it was the same
I personally think, to be honest with you guys, I personally think the boy band trend has died down in 2025 and even 2024. Like it started dying down in the 2000s, in the 2020s. You know what I mean? That's when it started dying down. I feel like you don't really hear much more boy bands coming up and actually breaking records and stuff like that, like BTS did, or like One Direction did, or like, you know, these boy bands that came out early 2000s to 2022. They tended to make it a little bit, but nowadays you don't really hear of boy bands making it a lot, right? You don't really hear of that. Let's go.
competition which formed One Direction, The X Factor, but this time in its American version. Even Disney put money on them and signed them to their label. Their promotion included appearances as guest actors on Disney shows, releases of Disney songs medleys, and playing their songs on Radio Disney and their music videos on the Disney Channel. Despite all of this, the group saw almost no success in the industry. The British trio New Hope Club was also formed at the end of 2015 by a
See, it's all around 2015, 2010, 2000, you know.
new label created by the group The Bumps. Simon Cowell, who formed One Direction, formed the American-Canadian boy band pretty much in 2016, without much success as well. The American boy band Why Don't We
What's up, Jared? What's up, Laura? How are you? I see you guys in the chat. Jared is asking, have you ever watched the one about how Army changed fandom culture? I believe I did. I can check it once this video is done. I can check just to see if I did it. It'll have a red line underneath it. But I'm pretty sure I did. That sounds very familiar to me. But we'll check it after this video.
was also formed in 2016, but when Atlantic Records decided to sign them in 2017, it was too late. BTS had already stepped foot in America. There were clearly many attempts to fill the space.
Yeah, I feel like everyone in the world in general has enough room just for one boy band in their life. You know what I mean? I can't see someone being a fan of this boy band and that boy band and this boy band and that boy band and this boy band, like hip hop artists or country artists or pop artists or rock artists. You know what I mean? I feel like everyone's limited to just one boy band, and we're all limited to BTS here. Let's go.
Of the biggest boy band in the world, but none of them could fill the title. There were many options, and the public chose BTS, an Asian group from South Korea who didn't sing in English and who
Well, I just want to check my my bitrate and whatnot, because it seems like we're buffering a little bit. I just want to make sure we're good. Studio settings. Output. Let's go drop down to 10,000. See how that works. Apply. Done. All right. Let's see here. All right, let's do it. What happened to the volume? What happened to the volume? We got it back. Let's go back a little bit.
but none of them could fill the title. There were many options, and the public chose BTS, an Asian group from South Korea who didn't sing in English and who was not signed by an American label.
They were interesting. People were interested in them.
While these labels intensely debuted their boy bands from the beginning of 2016 to the end of 2017, BTS took these couple of years to continue growing little by little in the Western music industry. However, because the many failed attempts didn't reach the general public, the Western music industry was still thinking that BTS's success in America was a fluke, And if new boy bands cannot compete against them, then the comeback of all boy bands definitely can. This is why when BTS started receiving all the American awards for the group categories, there was a wave of dead boy bands coming back. The Jonas Brothers reunited on March of 2019.
That's the other boy band that blew up. So it was One Direction and Jonas Brothers. Those are the only two other boy bands besides BTS that I know. Besides, obviously, the ones from the past, like Backstreet Boys and NSYNC, them. But the ones that are current or from modern ones, all I know is BTS, Jonas Brothers, and One Direction. Those are the three that you all hear about. That's it. And you stopped even hearing about One Direction and Jonas Brothers. I don't know if they split up or what, but you don't hear about them anymore. You only hear about BTS nowadays.
Dead boy bands coming back. The Jonas Brothers reunited on March of 2019 after a 6-year breakup. Their comeback song Sucker became the biggest song of their career as a group, debuting at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Wow. The promotion for this song was huge. The brothers had interviews with many radio and TV stations. They appeared every day on The Late Late Show with James Corden from March 4th to March 7th. But most importantly, the song was played so much on radio that it became the number 1 song on US radio at the moment. It looked like they were going to take the crown for the biggest boy band like back in their day, but only 2 months after their comeback, BTS released Boy With Love.
Damn. So every time a boy band comes and releases a hit, BTS is like, no. Not on our watch. Not on our watch, you're doing that. I'm releasing the hit here. I'm the hit maker here, look.
And the Jonas Brothers' popularity was shattered. The industry didn't quit though. The Chicago Tribune even released an article predicting BTS's downfall because the Jonas Brothers are back, and just in time to show the BTS's of the world how it's really done. The prediction failed completely. Because of Sucker and Boy With Love, both groups were rightfully nominated for the Best Group and Group of the Year categories at the Kid Choice Awards, the MTV Europe Music Awards, the MTV Video Music Awards, the American Music Awards,
and let me guess, BTS won all of them, right?
And the Billboard Music Awards. Additionally, both music videos were nominated at the iHeartRadio Music Awards. BTS won 5 of the 6 categories where the Jonas Brothers were also nominated. The same thing happened the next year, only that this time, the Jonas Brothers received less nominations than in their comeback year. This is because even though their comeback song was big, their next big single didn't get far. It couldn't even get to number 1 on iTunes because of BTS's surprise release of Black Swan.
Look at that, Eminem Godzilla was there. It was around the time when Eminem released Godzilla, and around the time when those kind of nights came out, maybe featuring Ed Sheeran. What? I never heard of that song. I heard of Godzilla before. I don't know if I reacted to it or not, but I got to react to it. But okay, so they didn't make it to number 1 because Black Swan made it to number 1. Let's go.
The nostalgia was gone. Compared to the Jonas Brothers, the many other comebacks that will follow seem extremely small. The British boy band JLS announced a comeback in 2019, reuniting after a 6-year split. By 2020, the group signed a record deal with BMG, and they released their comeback album in 2021, which peaked at number 4 in UK charts. In 2021, the American boy band Rush announced that if one of their posts gets 500,000 likes, they will come back. They have not reached that number of likes till this day, but they had a comeback anyways, breaking their 8-year hiatus.
Yo, that sucks. That must suck. If you ask your fans, like, yo, if we get 500,000 likes, we'll drop a release. And you expect it. They probably sat there expecting it for them to get 500,000 likes, and they still didn't get it. That's sad, to be honest. That's actually kind of sad. Let's go.
Post gets 500,000 likes, they will come back. They have not reached that number of likes till this day, but they had a comeback anyways, breaking their 8-year hiatus. Their comeback song made no appearances on charts, but it peaked at number 10 on US iTunes, while their second single peaked at 32. The Wanted announced their comeback in 2021 after a 7-year.
How many boy bands are there, yo? God damn. The Wanted, you got them. I never heard of them before.
Hiatus with a new single, a greatest hits album, and a tour. And most recently, British boy band Union J announced the comeback of the group in 2022 with its original members after many replacements and disbandments. Of course, not all of these groups intended to surpass BTS, like The Wanted, for example, who were just trying to reunite with their fans and donate to charities in honor of their member Tom Parker, who got diagnosed with cancer and sadly passed away recently. However, in some other cases, the skepticism and blatant jealousy was clear. Not only jealousy that they did not become the most popular boy band, but jealousy that an Asian group were the ones winning that title. These groups, their labels, and the Western music industry believe that even though BTS is bigger than these groups ever were, the world needs a proper boy band. And by proper boy band, they mean a white boy band.
I feel like that's like a different, like they belong in a different genre.
Oh, we've seen this clip before.
On their own, because I feel like there still needs to be like a European or an American boy band to be at the top.
They're good dancers.
I can't get behind it. I don't understand what they're saying.
I got it. I got it.
Come on. I can't go to a concert and not understand a word I'm listening. Another boy band that probably sings.
I can. You don't need to enjoy just the words just for you to enjoy a song. That pisses me off, man. I swear to God, that pisses me off every time someone says that. Because I react to a lot of different cultures, a lot of different music from different countries. So I get every now and then I get that odd comment that says, "What? How are you enjoying the music? You don't even understand what they're saying. Like, how can you even enjoy it?" There's so many different other things besides the lyrics that you can enjoy in a song, guys. Let's be honest here. You got the melody of the song, you got the rhythm of the song, you got the flow of the song, you got the voices, you got if it's a hip hop song, you got the flow, the cadence of the rap, the voice of the artist. You got so many different aspects. The sound editing, the sound design to look at, the music video. There's so many different things to enjoy when it comes to music from different languages, besides just the lyrics. So it pisses me off when this guy right here and other people like him say, "Oh, I can't get behind it because I can't understand the lyrics." Expand your horizons, man. Open up your eyes. Think outside the box, god damn it. Right, guys? Let's go.
Behind it. I don't understand what they're saying.
I got it. I got it.
Come on. I can't go to a concert and not understand a word I'm listening. Another boy band that probably sings in American has to exist alongside them. The girls are singing in Korean, and I don't even know if they know what they're singing, but they're doing it.
Do you think there's room for all these boy bands that are out now to succeed?
I think what'll happen is one will become. I mean, it could be
BTS.
us. It could be any of them.
Do you think BTS's success in America? Because when
they're not being played on the radio.
Is like
Because it's not American.
one of the most
boy band fangirls, probably I would say majority of them are
Really?
over One Direction.
Wait, BTS don't get played in the radio here in the US because they're not American? Is that true? Does that really happen? Like when they release a new song, they don't play it on the radio? How do Americans know about BTS then, my guy? How do a lot of Americans know that BTS exists and they love them and they're army and they are diehard fans of BTS? What, they were just one day scrolling on YouTube and they found BTS and it's a Korean boy band and that's it? That's how they found them? No. They must have played them in the radios, restaurants, stores, different places. I don't know. Radio. Unless I'm wrong. Unless they didn't play him on the radio. Maybe not. Let's go.
And yeah, like I think.
And Jared is saying, no, they didn't get played because they don't play. Because they don't pay. Okay.
I think there needs to be an American boy band, and whether it happens in this year or the next 5 years, whenever it happens, it's gonna happen, and they're gonna live and coincide with BTS because it's two different things. So
are you saying in 2-3 years from now you think BTS is going to be massive in America like they are currently?
If they make America.
When was this interview? Does anybody from the comments or chat know when this interview took place? This is one that we're watching right now.
They'll get played if like Selena Gomez called him up and said, "I want to do a song with you. I'll sing American in the verses, and I just want you to sing the chorus in Korean." That'll get played on the radio.
But
it's not because BTS is on it. It's because Selena Gomez is singing American on it.
You guys think you're the ones to take BTS to the next level?
No,
I'm down.
I mean, I do it. That's the.
This group tried for only 2 years, and because
This guy is too cocky and confident, man. Sometimes you need to be a little bit humble. A little more humble, man.
they didn't get immediate results, they quit. They haven't released music since 2018, but
yeah, you know what, Jared, I'll go ahead and check that out next. Boracity, BTS versus Radio. We'll check that out next.
Do it. That's the.
This group tried for only 2 years, and because they didn't get immediate results, they quit. They haven't released music since 2018, but
Damn.
just like Victim Rush, they asked for a number of likes to come back and didn't reach the goal, not even close. The racism did not only come from white boy bands. Many of us would think that a Latin American boy band that sings in Spanish would at least understand the struggles of being a foreign artist in America, but that was not the case with this group.
¿Han visto los coreanos, BTS?
Sí, claro.
Yo digo que ellos son como la versión de CNCO, pero en coreano. No, sí, no me gusta la comparación.
They wish. They said they wish.
Sí nos gusta mucho lo que hacen.
Nos gusta
Ajá.
mucho lo que
Las letras son lindísimas, ¿verdad?
Sí, sí.
Sale tratar,
Sí.
Yo, that's racist as hell. Messed up as hell, man. Crazy.
Nos gusta
Ajá.
mucho lo
Listen
Las
to
letras
this.
son lindísimas, ¿verdad?
Sí, sí.
Sale tratar,
Sí.
¿Cómo sonaría súbemela? ¿Cómo sonaría en coreano? En coreano, a ver. No sé cómo. A ver.
Not even funny.
Mamita en coreano.
Things like this not only say a lot about racism and xenophobia in America, but also show that even though BTS are
That wasn't American though. You can't. I don't know. I mean, yeah, America's racist as hell. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I'm not. I'm not trying to cover for my country, but they're Spanish. They're from Spain or from Latin American. They're Latin American. Maybe she's talking about Americas in general, just the entire Americas. Let's go.
Things like this not only say a lot about racism and xenophobia in America, but also show that even though BTS are number one and ARMYs are seen by many as scary, the industry does not respect them, not even enough to pretend they do.
Either way, it would be 7 members. That's what's terrible. I have no idea. Butter's great. Oh, Dynamite's there? Yeah. I thought that was a girl.
When One Direction became the most popular boy band, other groups did not try so hard to compete against them. One Direction was not seen as a fluke. Their success was seen as natural and realistic. But when BTS sees an organic growth in popularity, the industry tries to deny it, cries about it, and fails to defeat them.
We are launching X Factor, the band. We're going to try and find
Man,
either.
it seems like the whole world is going after BTS. It seems like the whole world is trying to go after BTS, trying to see if they can take over them. Even Simon Cowell is like, yo, I'm going to create a new show. We're going to create a boy band to take over BTS. It never happens.
The biggest boy group, X Factor, the band. We're going to try and find either the biggest boy group in the world or the biggest girl group in the world. We've done it before, we're going to do it again. Right now, K-pop, you could argue, is ruling the world. Now,
Is ruining the world? Is that what you said? Hold on.
again. Right now, K-pop, you could argue, is ruling the world.
Oh, ruling the world. I thought he said ruining the world. I was like, yo, Simon, chill.
Now, it's time
Oh, look at the dog, man. Look how cute that dog is.
for you. Right now, K-pop, you could argue, is ruling the world. Now, it's time for you, K-pop.
Hey, Bangtan girl, how are you? Welcome in. Welcome to the chat. We're currently watching BTS versus boy bands coming back, and this video is pissing me off with the people that are in it. But I'm enjoying it. I hope you enjoy it as well. Let's go.
In the case of the debuts, the new groups just followed the same formula from the previous big boy band, which would have worked in other times, but not in an industry that now has BTS. They really thought that the next big thing was going to be a Western boy band that does not have any spectacular talent, and if they do, they don't show
What is that dancing?
Western boy band that does not have any spectacular talent, and if they do, they don't show it until they disband and start their solo careers. The industry focused too much on debuting groups that have the One Direction typical sound with guys that seem relatable. They had the budget, but there was no art, no fashion, no new sound, no big performances, no passion, and no effort. The old boy bands at least tried to deliver the performance aspect, but they couldn't compete against BTS's experience of almost 9
I don't think now anymore you can create a band bigger than BTS. I don't think so. I don't think it's possible. I think you can put whatever formula together, whatever mathematical formula together to make it work. I don't think it can happen. I don't think there's a formula out there for it to work. I think BTS has mastered being the best group and the biggest group, boy band in the world, or idol group. Let's go.
Years being fully active in the music industry as a group. BTS was able to become the biggest Korean act with limited resources, then transcend the K-pop label.
And that's true, Jared. Jared in the chat, by the way, you guys, Jared in the chat is telling me it's wild that they're not mad there's someone dominating the charts. They're mad at that it's an Asian group, not from the West. Yeah, that's messed up.
Fully active in the music industry as a group. BTS was able to become the biggest Korean act with limited resources, then transcend the K-pop label, then become the most popular group in the world, and now be one of the biggest acts in the industry, competing with the biggest male and female soloists. And who knows, there may be more boy band comebacks, but as Liam Payne from One Direction said, BTS are more focused on their careers than One Direction and these other groups ever were. They can keep trying, but as BTS grows in popularity, it gets harder and harder for mediocre white boy bands to be celebrated in the industry.
Yeah, it's gonna get harder and harder. That's it. That was the video, guys. Let's go ahead and do the one that Jared told me about. Jared told me about BTS versus radio. So we're gonna check that out. Let's go ahead and put Boracity Magazine, BTS versus radio. All right, and let me actually add it on the title as well. Boracity Magazine, so people know what we're reacting to. BTS versus radio. Plus more. All right. Title is updated. All right, let's go ahead and check it out. This is it. This is the thumbnail right here. First video on top. It's BTS versus radio. Let's check it out in 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
In 2017, BTS realized that they were not only the biggest artists in South Korea, but they also had a chance to be recognized in the Western music industry. That year, they were nominated.
Wait, what year did you say? Hold on. Let's go.
In 2017,
17,
BTS
okay.
realized that they were not only the biggest artists in South Korea, but they also had a chance to be recognized in the Western music industry. That year,
By the way, I know we're midway through the video. Guys, I know we're midway through the video, right? And I never said this. This is the first time in my videos, out of 400 videos that I've released, over 400 videos, this is the first time I forget. We're midway through the video, and I have to say it, guys. I just realized, but I have to say it. Guys, I do have my coffee with me. Don't think that I don't have my coffee with me. I just forgot to put it up in the beginning of the video. I do have it with me right here, 24/7, all day, every day, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Very simple. Let's go.
They were nominated to their first big American award, the Billboard Music Awards. They attended the ceremony and got their first Top Social Artist Award. So what was next? The biggest artist in the United States.
Hold on, it's buffering. My stream is buffering a little bit. Let me just see if I can fix it. That way it's nice and smooth, you know? I don't want you guys to be dealing with buffering and whatnot. So let me lower the bitrate a little bit. Maybe that could do it. That can help out a little bit. Balance, quality, speed. Let's try that. Let's try that. All right, cool. Let's do it.
Have at least one of these music industry. That year, they were nominated to their first big American award, the Billboard Music Awards. They attended the ceremony and got their first Top Social Artist Award. So what was next? The biggest artists in the United States have at least one of these three things under their belts: streams, sales, and radio play. These three things are the only criteria to get a #1 single in music charts, including the Billboard charts, the biggest one in the music industry. This is why BTS went to many many radio stations, had a lot of interviews, and gifted their latest album You Never Walk Alone to radio DJs. ARMYs got the message. Radio is important. So we requested BTS songs on every radio station we could, and if we saw that BTS was going to be interviewed on one, we sent them flowers, chocolates, and letters, thanking them for giving this opportunity to BTS.
That's very cute, man, for doing that. That's very, very nice of them for doing that.
Yes.
Your army sent us flowers to thank us for having you on.
And that has never happened before with any other artist.
However, as time passed, the radio
That's very nice of you guys. Very, very nice of you guys. Very smart of you guys for doing that too. Just to expand them in the USA. Very, very smart, guys.
never came, and the albums BTS gifted to radio stations were found unopened in garage sales. So why were radios massively tweeting about BTS and inviting them to their shows if they never intended to play their songs, even when they became the most requested artist on radio? Believe it or not, many radio DJs dislike BTS because they cannot profit from their success like they can from other musical acts. The only thing they can do is increase their radio's social media engagement.
I mean, guys, let's talk about it real quick. This part right here. They don't play them because they're not getting paid enough from them. However, at the same time, you got to think of it. Put yourself in their shoes. You have to always, in every situation in life, guys, if you're young and you don't know yet, you got to put yourself in other people's shoes. If you're wondering, confused why someone is not doing something or why they are doing something, mentally put yourself in their shoes. If you have a business to run and you have bills to pay and you have limited time to play music on the radio for you to make money off of, where you know certain songs are not going to give you profitable margin money or whatever, you're not, it's your business. You're not going to play, I don't know. At the same time, you're not going to play the music that's not going to pay you. If it's strictly based off of payment, I think it should be okay. I think the radio channel has the okay to say, put yourself in their shoes, guys. Again, we go back to put yourself in their shoes. They make money off of playing certain songs, off of what artists pay them, off of what, you know what I mean? If BTS is not paying, then why would you play them in your radio? You're not making money. You have bills to pay at the end of the day. You got 3 kids. You got 4 kids at home. You got a wife to take care of. What pays the bills in the end is the most important. So, guys, always put yourself in these people's shoes. Let's go. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm saying BTS should have been played on the radio 100% a lot more. Especially by the bigger companies that don't care about money too much. You know, the 107.5s. No, you know what I mean? The Power 107.5 AM in Los Angeles, stuff like that, New York. The biggest channels out there should be playing BTS. But local, small, little radio channels like that rely on money, they're not going to waste time playing BTS if BTS is not paying them. If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Let's go.
BTS and inviting them to their shows if they never intended to play their songs, even when they became the most requested artist on radio. Believe it or not, many radio DJs dislike BTS because they cannot profit from their success like they can from other musical acts. The only thing they can do is increase their radio's social media engagement.
I'm going to go back a little bit and just go over the chat. A couple people are saying a couple things about that in the chat. Jared is saying, we tried so hard. We still try to this day, but not this extent. They were really cruel to us. The radio channels, I'm assuming you're talking about. And then he also said, it's illegal to pay for play. This was when we started to realize things were far more corrupt than we are. And that's true. For example, most of these radio channels, the big ones specifically the big ones, they get paid based off of ads. They get sponsorships. Stuff like that. Just like any YouTuber, they get ads, sponsorships, this and that. That's how they're supposed to get paid. Now, I don't know if it is illegal to pay for play. Is it legal? Is it illegal to pay for play? I thought it wasn't. I thought you could pay for play. I don't know. But Kaz in the chat. What's good, Kaz? How are you? Good to see you in here. Kaz is saying, but Payola is illegal, and that's what labels used to play their artists. Radio makes money off ads and illegal Payola. Exactly. Okay. That's good to know. Let's go.
That has never happened before with any other artist.
However, as time passed, the radio spins never came, and the albums BTS gifted to radio stations were found unopened in garage sales. So
Damn.
why were radios massively tweeting about BTS and inviting them to their shows?
'Cause
if
the
they never
clouds.
intended to play their songs,
Clouds.
even when they became the most requested
Say it,
artists on
clouds.
radio. Believe it or not, many radio DJs dislike BTS because they cannot profit from their success like
That's
they can
true.
from other musical acts. The only thing they can do is increase their radio's social media engagement.
I want to see your techniques, okay, for taking a selfie. Can we put all these on our website and let people maybe they can vote for who's got the best technique?
And radio is able to directly profit from playing certain songs because of an illegal practice called Payola.
Ah, Payola. There's Payola.
Payola, also known as the illegal version of pay for play, happens when an artist's record label pays radio to play their songs over and over again without disclosing the fact that the radio spins were paid. This way, these radio spins can count towards music charts like the Billboard Hot 100. It is basically bribing radio stations to play a song. This practice
In that case, I can see a lot of corruption happening, guys. There's a lot of corruption happening in the music industry. I mean, I already knew that. It's nothing new. It's nothing new that I know that labels don't take care of their artists. I know that labels hire or not hire. They bring in all these new artists, and they end up screwing them over in the long run. That is corruption. You know what I mean? That happens a lot. You know, in the music industry, and there's money corruption as well too. There's money like she's talking about Payola. There's a lot of corruption in the music industry, and it sucks.
Hot 100. It is basically bribing radio stations to play a song. This practice is illegal and it was banned from radio stations. However, in 2020, Rolling Stones magazine exposed more than 2,500 text messages involving Steve Sapp, a radio promoter with a number of radio stations. The messages reveal conversations between Sapp and multiple major label executives, where they arranged multiple payola agreements. This led to an investigation targeting the Recording Industry Association of America, record labels, and streaming services, as well as a lawsuit that later revealed that Sapp received more than 130 payments totaling over $300,000. And this is only one case of one independent radio promoter, which involved only 3 radio stations in the adult contemporary format: the Bay Area's KREV, Palm Springs KRCK, and Las Vegas KFRH. Agreements with major labels are believed to be multi-million-dollar settlements, just like it was shown in a 2004 investigation. And I just want to clarify that the artists themselves allegedly did not have anything to do with these agreements. The text messages show no evidence that any artists were communicating with Sapp, only their labels. So who does Payola? Panic at the Disco's radio promoter sent an urgent text to Sapp when the group's spins decreased, saying, "I just did a 2,000 deal with you. I need Panic back up." Sapp texted a station employee, "Any way to move 5 Seconds of Summer to Superpower till Saturday? I will get a great promo for you." Another text says, "Can we do Flora Cash and Khaled? Promise them 35 spins each.
Damn.
We'll cover that cash giveaway." When one station increased the number of plays of a single by LSD, the Columbia Records trio by Labyrinth, Sia, and Diplo, Sapp wrote, "I just got you a 1,000 promo through Columbia. Tell me what you need for stations. They will cover." Another text said, "This week, kill Panic and Ed Sheeran and put Sean Superpower for number 1.
So they got one person in control of who goes on the radio, the Zap guy. The Zap guy just wants to, you know what I mean? Based off of money. It's all based off of money. At the end of the day, it's all based off of money. Who can pay the most?
Promo through Columbia. Tell me what you need for stations. They will cover." Another text said, "This week, kill Panic and Ed Sheeran and put Sean Superpower for number 1. Republic's sweating me already." Another text said, "Can we pull down Jonas Brothers' Sucker, helping Pink go number 1. Apart from Panic at the Disco, 5 Seconds of Summer, Flora Cash, Khaled, Labyrinth, Sia, Diplo, Shawn Mendes, and Pink, other artists according to the text include Dua Lipa, the Jonas Brothers, the Backstreet Boys, Ellie Goulding, Dean Lewis, Maren Morris, Marshmello, Halsey, Ed Sheeran, and other artists associated with Warner Music, Sony Music, Universal Music, Columbia Records, and Republic Records. The messages also reveal that the problem does not only rely on record labels willingly paying for radio plays, but also radio stations extorting record labels. Sapp wrote on a text message, "I'm going to make Patty beg for increase," when talking about spins for a Louis Capaldi song. So how did he allegedly extort record labels? For example, Green Day's lead singer Billie Joe Armstrong released a cover of I Think We're Alone Now, which gained organic popularity and started climbing radio charts in 2020, since it offered a small measure of comfort to a pandemic-stricken world. However, it seems like his record label was not interested in actively promoting the song, so Steve Sapp texted an employee at a radio station to reduce the song's spins as a way of forcing them to pay. He wrote, "I hate to do this, but Billie Joe needs to go down. They, the record label, said they aren't working on it and not paying bills. If we take down, let's see if they are all of a sudden working on it." But this tactic, or I would say extortion, didn't work out. Sapp then wrote, "Billie Joe down and they never paid a dime." So when BTS were first invited...
So I'm confused now. I'm confused. Is it illegal to pay for play, or is it not? Because that Zap guy is talking about how people are not paying him and paying bills and stuff like that, and they should be bottom on the list. I don't know. It should be illegal then, I guess. Let's go.
Then wrote, "Billie Joe down and they never paid a dime." So when BTS were first invited to US radio stations in 2017, they were happily welcomed and had some pretty nice interviews. But I really don't think it's a coincidence that after some time, the same radio DJs that were interviewing them and being nice to them changed their attitudes towards them. If we can learn anything from this Sapp lawsuit, is that during these days, a Payola agreement had to be made, but BTS and Big Hit refused. So radio stations turned their back on them, just like they did with Billie Joe Armstrong.
Again, guys, I know these guys are corrupt and they're scammers, but just because of that, put yourself in their shoes. They are scammers. You're all of a sudden a scammer now. You're all of a sudden corrupt. You're not the same person anymore that thinks about corruption and wants to strike them down. You're the scammer and you're the corrupt person. Think about it in your head. If you for years have had groups and artists paying you for plays and paying you, even though it's corrupt and illegal, but you've many years have been artists and labels have been paying you for clicks and for views and for plays, you're gonna suddenly stop for BTS? You get what I mean? Does that make sense? You're suddenly gonna be like, oh, BTS is not paying me, but you know what? I'm still gonna play them. I'm still gonna play them on the radio. I'm the corrupt scammer, but I'm still, you know what? Today I feel good. Today I'm taking an off day. I want to be nice to people. Let's go ahead and play BTS. You think the scammer corrupt guy is gonna think that way? Y'all really think the scammer corrupt guy is really gonna think that way? The scammer corrupt radio channel. Y'all think they're gonna think that way? Let's go ahead and play BTS. We're having a good day today. Let's go ahead and play BTS even though they didn't pay us. But all these other artists are paying us. So we can either play all these artists and labels that are paying us, or we play artists that are not paying us just because we're having a great day. You get what I mean? Put yourself in their shoes. I'm not saying it's right. It's completely wrong. It is 100% wrong what they're doing. It sucks and it's 100% wrong, and more different leaders should be in charge of that sector of music industry. But because they are ran by scammers and by corrupt people, they're not going to change for an artist. They're not going to change for a group. They're scamming, corrupting assholes. Let's go.
Refused. So radio stations turned their back on them, just like they did with Billie Joe Armstrong. Now, you may think that radios refuse to play BTS songs because they are in Korean, and that is definitely part of the problem. However, even with their massive promoted English singles, they don't get the same crazy amount of plays as other smaller English songs. And when they do get radio play, because of the massive success of the songs, radios only give them 1 or 2 spins during daytime, and some more spins between midnight and 6 a.m. so they can have the least amount of listeners they can. This is part of their
That's messed up. You're playing between 12 a.m. and 6 a.m. 12 a.m. and 6 a.m. just so you can say, look, we're playing you guys. Just so the radio channel can be like, look guys, we're playing you. Look, we played you 10 times yesterday. Yeah, but what time? What time did you play me yesterday? God damn. Let's go.
Only give them 1 or 2 spins during daytime, and some more spins between midnight and 6 a.m. so they can have the least amount of listeners they can. This is part of their extortion, allegedly. Just compare Dynamite or Butter to the Shawn Mendes case shown in Sapp's text messages. Sapp wrote that Republic Records was paying for Shawn's single If I Can Have You to rise to #1. Sapp wrote, this week kill Panic and Ed Sheeran and put Shawn's Superpower for #1. Republic's sweating me already. Then the station told Sapp that Shawn's single was set to play every half hour. But then Sapp fired off another text saying, it is too close and we haven't jumped Ed yet. After 8 p.m, can we do every 15 minutes? No one will even notice.
Damn.
No one listens
Every
to the
15
radio unless in a car.
Yo, every 15 minutes is every 3 songs. Think about it. Every song is pretty much 3.5 to 5 minutes. So maybe 4 songs. Every 4 songs you play their song. What?
And apparently, playing the Shawn Mendes song every 15 minutes worked, because that week, Mendes leapfrogged Sheeran on the media-based chart and hit #1.
Well, of course, the more you play it on the radio, the more people are going to like the song, the more it reaches more people, you know what I mean? It's definitely going to help them out in the long run, playing in the radio on Billboard.
Shawn Mendes song every 15 minutes worked, because that week, Mendes leapfrogged Sheeran on the media-based chart and hit #1. Sapp did say one right thing. No one listens to the radio unless in a car. And this is only when people don't have the chance to connect their streaming service to the car. Radio is dying.
Well, not really a lot of, not just in the car. I mean, you go to a lot of garages, a lot of shops, a lot of restaurants, so many different places play the radio.
When people don't have the chance to connect their streaming service to the car. Radio is dying. So why do music charts consider radio spins as important as sales and streams? The songs on radio are not the songs that the general public likes. They are the songs that the general public is forced to like. It is impossible for a song to be an organic radio hit when it's played every 15 minutes. The Billboard Hot 100 and the other music charts should stop treating radio numbers as a metric for a song's success. But of course, they won't stop. The music industry is an extremely corrupt system, and they don't care if BTS has more fans actually buying and streaming their music. If they don't pay for radio, their #1s will be taken away. They don't care that BTS is the artist that sells the most records in the world. The music industry has brainwashed music fans into thinking that the general public's approval is better than a loyal fanbase, because that is organic success, when it's been proven time and time again that the general public's opinion is forced into them by music labels, shameful campaigns, and strategies. And your favorite artist, no matter who it is or will be hurt by this, because the general public only listens to what they're supposed to listen to, and then they move on and forget. Artists do care about views, likes, plays, and streams, because it means that people are listening to their music and watching them perform. Those who say their favorite artists don't care about views or charts are just deluding themselves. Artists want what BTS has, whether they admit it or not.
The BTS, they're massive. I want that social following. Me and Shawn Mendes are like, how do we get this type of fan base?
Isn't that Booth? Charlie Booth?
BTS and their label Big Hit always shared a message of honesty through music, and they refuse to give up these values for a #1, even though this is something that every artist wants, including BTS themselves.
What's kind of something else that you'd like to accomplish this year?
Billboard Hot 10.
I can't die.
When BTS were rejected by radio in 2017, ARMYs assumed that it was because their songs are in Korean and nothing else. And I don't personally know BTS, but maybe they thought this too. However, when they released Dynamite in 2020, something...
Do y'all think BTS know who Boracity Magazine is? I'm pretty sure they do. They have to. They have to. By now, I mean, they have videos that are over 1 million views. I'm sure BTS have seen them.
happened. BTS are in Korean and nothing else. And I don't personally know BTS, but maybe they thought this too. However, when they released Dynamite in 2020, something happened. BTS had a lot of interviews for radio stations again. They even had a bus where radio DJs could listen to Dynamite before the release date. They repeated this promotion for the release of Butter.
BTS is sending tour buses around the country to different radio stations with Butter on it. They're playing it, but we're getting a chance to hear it before anybody else.
ARMY's hopes were up because these are songs in English, and this type of promotion worked to a certain extent. Compared to their Korean songs, BTS were gaining significant radio play for the first time. But even in the best case scenario, the radio spins were not nearly as massive as other.
I like it. They thought outside the box. They're like, hey, listen, all of our previous albums have not been getting played. All of our previous singles have not been getting played. So what can we do to make the US play it? Because let's be honest, the US has the biggest music fan base. So you always want the US on your side. As an artist, whether you're from the US or you're from outside of the US, it's a dream for any artist outside of the US to have the US on their side. Just because it has a lot of people there and they're musically inclined. You know, music is a big thing here in the US, studios and all that stuff. So it would be very successful for an artist to get the American fan base. For even sports, even football, soccer, even though it's not big in the US, soccer outside of the US is trying to get the US involved because they know they have so many fan bases and so many people. Their fans can, if the US can get into that market, then there will be a lot more money in football, a lot more money in soccer. But let's keep going.
Compared to their Korean songs, BTS were gaining significant radio play for the first time. But even in the best case scenario, the radio spins were not nearly as massive as other artists who had songs way less popular than Dynamite or Butter. Maybe it's because they didn't do what they were expected to do, which is pay their way to #1. And even before the release of their English singles, BTS expressed that they hate.
And by the way, how can you go good? How can you feel good if you pay for your #1? How can you go to sleep feeling good like, yes, I'm at #1. Yes, I'm at #1. Knowing in the back of your head that you paid to get there. You didn't even work hard enough to get there. You had to pay to get there. Like, how can you sleep good at night thinking about that?
And even before the release of their English singles, BTS expressed that they hate these charm manipulation tactics, and that even though they had multiple wrongful opportunities to jump to #1, they refused to do so.
부정적인 방법도 좋지만 조금 더
Props.
정직한 방법으로
Props to BTS for that.
만드는 게
Hold on, what is he saying? I'm sorry. I'm gonna read this.
They refused to do so.
부정적인 방법
I know there are some dishonest ways to do this,
방법도 좋지만 조금 더
but wouldn't it be better to make music with more honest ways? Exactly. That's exactly what I was talking about.
정직한 방법으로 좋은 음악을 만드는 게 어떨까요? 모두 다
I look forward to living in a world where music is produced in good faith and heard in good faith. Respect.
좋은 음악을 하고 좋은 음악을 듣는 그런 시대가 왔으면 좋겠습니다.
It's a pretty common thing for BTS and other artists to invite radio DJs to their concerts and gift them their albums so they can get to know them as artists. Because radio DJs are supposed to be interested in music. Radio DJs were first supposed to share the songs they liked on their radio shows because they were supposed to be music lovers. They were even considered on their radio shows. Because they were supposed to be music lovers. They were even considered music experts, but they aren't. They do zero research before interviewing them. They ask them the same repetitive questions. And when ARMYs talk about their music, they cut them to ask who their favorite member is.
Yeah, I made that mistake too. Listen, I made that same mistake too when I first started listening to BTS like 2-3 weeks ago, whenever it was, a month ago. I made the same mistake where I was asking everyone, who's your favorite member? Who's your favorite member? Who's your favorite member? And I kept getting cussed at by every person. Let's go.
They're really talented and they're very inspiring. Like all their songs, I love them.
But Sabrina, let's just cut to the important. Who do you have the biggest crush on?
They would rather tweet nonsense about BTS's looks, hair, or outfits to gain some likes. They even make fun of ARMYs, implying we are obsessive by doing things like this. Me running to stay at BTS Airbnb so I can smell B's pillow. Or this other guy called Psych, who is the most immature radio host in history. He tweeted, "We have BTS hair, people," and showed a video of BTS's hair, according to him. ARMYs responded that it was weird for him to film that and that was so embarrassing for him. He then said that it was just a joke and that he was making fun of crazy fan.
That looks like a barbershop, no? Doesn't it? I don't know, I could be wrong.
Embarrassing for him. He then said that it was just a joke and that he was making fun of crazy fan bases. When ARMYs didn't buy it and decided to stay away from him and not watch the interview, he said that we were not true fans because true fans would watch anything and everything when it comes to their favorite group. He also responded non-stop to every ARMY he could and then said that everyone was just jealous of him. He tweeted, "Well, I spoke the truth. I met them. Some of you didn't. Is that not true? You don't think die-hard fans are jealous of people that meet BTS?" Another tweet said, "It must kill you to know that you'll never meet BTS and I've met them twice in less than a year. Also, be careful with talking about snapping necks. Violent threats are not typically acceptable on social media." Of course, making himself the victim. When the interview was released,
This guy sounds like a real asshole, man. Doesn't he? This guy definitely sounds like a real asshole. He looks the part too.
guys didn't seem very comfortable with him, even when the interview was before any of this happened.
These fans, you guys know, they're pretty insane.
These radio DJs think this is what we want, when the only thing we're asking for is for them to learn a little about their music. But they don't even listen to their songs. Mario Lopez interviewed them without even knowing that they dance. And I'm pretty sure he didn't listen to a single BTS song before this interview.
What do you have planned for the concerts? Do you guys like to dance at your shows? Do you do a lot of dancing?
Yeah, of course.
So yes, dancing in the shows. What else could we look forward to?
And despite being invited, radio DJs don't go to their
Embarrassing,
concerts
man.
because they
This is
simply
embarrassing.
don't care.
You guys ever been to a beach?
How can you not do your research, Mario Lopez? Was that his name, Mario Lopez? How can you not do your research, Mario? Just open up ChatGPT and be like, "Hey, ChatGPT, can you give me a couple sentences just quickly explaining who BTS are and what they do?" Like real quick. What's so hard about doing that? Let's go.
Radio DJs don't go to their concerts because they simply don't care.
You guys ever been to a BTS show?
And it didn't matter how big they got. At this point, the fact that none of them have gone to their concerts, at least out of curiosity, shows their bitterness. They don't get any benefits from their success, so they don't want BTS to succeed. The radio DJ Big Raid, one of the only ones who openly supports BTS, revealed that radio DJs would talk bad about BTS on a private.
Look at this guy's setup. This guy's setup is actually really, really sick. 99.7 now. That's actually a dope ass setup. I like it. Let's go.
They don't want BTS to succeed. The radio DJ Big Raid, one of the only ones who openly supports BTS, revealed that radio DJs would talk bad about BTS on a private Facebook group. He tweeted, "There's a Facebook group for radio people and today they were basically shading BTS pretty hard. Mind you, I've been a pretty active supporter of BTS for a while, but I never thought I would get that upset over a Facebook post. These radio DJs would talk bad."
Wait, let me see. Hold on. What did you say? There's a Facebook group for radio people, and today they were basically shading BTS pretty hard. Mind you, I've been pretty active support. I thought I would. Damn.
Yes, pretty hard. Mind you, I've been a pretty active supporter of BTS for a while, but I never thought I would get that upset over a Facebook post. These radio DJs would talk bad about BTS.
Yeah. I didn't think I was gonna get upset over a video. This video and the one before it that we watched. Crazy, man. People are pissing me off in these videos. Let's go.
Get that upset over a Facebook post. These radio DJs who talk bad about BTS in private are the same ones who have the audacity to tell ARMYs, well, maybe you should be nice to DJs, ignoring all the thank you gifts and nice messages we send them.
Right.
These guys from SiriusXM even pretended they were the ones who bought these cupcakes for BTS, when it was ARMYs who bought them for them to play their music.
We have a little something to give to you guys in celebration.
We brought you cupcakes.
Cupcakes!
Where is it?
The cupcakes even have the logo of the fanbase who sent them, which is slightly different from the official ARMY logo. And even worse, a DJ called Dave from 103.3...
Wait, hold on. So they gave BTS the same gift that ARMY gave the radio? Is that what I'm getting out of this? That was a award speech. Okay. Yeah. Did they? Hold on. Did they just give him the same ones?
ARMY logo. And even worse, a DJ called Dave from...
Hold on. I gotta go back and hear that again.
These guys from SiriusXM even pretended they were the ones who bought these cupcakes for BTS, when it was ARMYs who bought them for them to play their music.
We have a little something to give to you guys in celebration.
We brought you cupcakes.
The cupcakes even have the logo of the fanbase who sent them.
How embarrassing is that, yo?
Which is slightly different from the official ARMY logo. And even worse, a DJ called Dave from 103.3 AMP radio from Boston said that ARMYs were trying to poison him with the cupcakes they sent to the station as a thank you gift. He then said that it was just a joke because he always says that ARMYs are annoying, and then he manifested that BTS will break up because
Wait, hold on. What did I just want to read what it says right here. It says 103.3 AMP radio on very top right there. It says, "We are all about the power of manifestation over here at the scene. The actual DJ believes the following will happen in 2020. Bieber will win a Grammy. Adele/Drake and Rihanna/Cardi B will have songs together. 3, Boston will have 3 parades this year. And for more aggressive manifestations from the actual DJ, Fetty Wap will release a hit song." Damn, that's messed up. Fetty Wap will release a hit song. The Office will have a reunion show, and it will suck. And BTS will break up. Damn, these are some harsh manifestations, man.
So don't say ARMYs should try being nicer to radio DJs. We've been nice enough. Radios need to stop pretending that what gets played on the radio is ever dictated by a fandom's relationship with a radio DJ. They don't care about the most requested song or artist. They care about money.
Hey, I didn't hear the song.
In conclusion, I don't think we should blame BTS or Big Hit, a Korean company, for not bribing radio DJs. They are not the problem. Radio is. This person tweeted, "Payola is illegal. Do you really want our guys or their company to do that? You do realize that they would take the money but then give another white or at least American artist more spins so they can't top the charts? The music industry is one of the most corrupt systems marred with systemic racism and xenophobia. There is no winning this other than what we're doing for you. So they can't top the charts. The music industry is one of the most corrupt systems marred with systemic racism and xenophobia. There is no winning this other than what we're doing for years, showing them that we will succeed anyways." In 2017, BTS and ARMYs were so excited and full of hope, without realizing how dirty the Western music industry is.
라디오라는 곳을 넘기가 굉장히 어려우니까 팬분들이 DJ들한테 꽃다발도 보내고.
I remember as he's saying, RM is saying, I remember as getting airplay spins on radio is hard, that fans would send even flowers bouquet to the radio DJs. Even in the present, they do such effort.
에이전시사에서도 되게 노력 많이 하고 그런 일들.
We learned by experience, and it looks like now BTS lost respect for the industry they admire at some point.
The name is really huge for us. We've been listening to Billboard since we were 8.
They are literally the biggest artists in the world right now, but they have experienced disappointment after disappointment. They didn't even promote their new singles in America like they used to, left and right.
That must suck, man. That must suck because that must push them away from America, man. That must push these type of bullshit movements. They tend to, I don't know, they're pushing BTS away from the US, man. And that's sad. That's sad that the US themselves are putting this idea about themselves to BTS. You get what I mean? So BTS leaves the US to goes back to Korea thinking, "Damn, that wasn't good. The US is horrible. The radio sucks." Why do people boast the US system so much about music and all that? Look at that. No one's played us in the radio. No one's welcomed us. No one's done. They leave having this bad idea about the bad taste in their mouth about the US, man. I don't like that. I don't like when the US gives these foreigners bad tastes in their mouths, man. That's messed up. That's messed up. It's racism. It's just accept them, man. We're all human beings. Just accept whoever it is and play him on the radio like as if it's normal. It doesn't matter if it's Asian, white, American, this, that, the third, whatever it is. Let's go.
The biggest artists in the world right now, but they have experienced disappointment after disappointment. They didn't even promote their new singles in America like they used to. Left and Right, Bad Decisions, Jack in the Box, and Yet to Come only have some calm interviews intended for only armies to watch. They have more personal content and projects. Basically the same as before, but without the awkward interviews with people from the media. This is why BTS can only rely on armies, and that is a good thing. Other artists may be in the constant fear of being forgotten by the general public, unless they pay, of course. So don't let others make you believe that BTS's number ones were inorganic, because they are the only ones with an actual fan base actively purchasing their music and not paying for radio spins every 15 minutes. Brian Rowley wrote a very good article for Forbes titled "BTS didn't cheat their way to number one on the Hot 100. They just beat other artists at their own game." So don't let others guilt you for buying BTS's music. Don't listen to what others say. Stream.
I was talking to someone. Who was it the other day? I was talking to one of my friends. I forgot which friend it was. I was talking to one of my friends, and I was telling him how I'm reacting to BTS and how I'm doing it on the channel and all that. And I got into it in the last couple weeks, in the last few weeks to a month, and I was talking about the songs and the guides and all that stuff. And he tells me that it's his guilty pleasure. BTS is his guilty pleasure, which pretty much means that he doesn't like to admit he's a BTS fan, or that he doesn't like to admit that he likes BTS songs or listens to them or anything like that, but secretly behind closed doors he loves them. He was telling me that he was telling me that he likes BTS and it's his guilty pleasure. So I just wanted to give that story out real quick. I don't know why. I tried to ask him. I was like, why are they your guilty pleasure? Why aren't you just proud to be a BTS fan? He's like, I don't know. He said for some reason he's embarrassed. I don't know why. I don't know why he's embarrassed to say that he's a BTS fan. It makes no sense. I'm like, yo, I'm online in front of thousands of people saying I'm becoming a BTS fan. Let's go. There's nothing embarrassing about it. I love it.
They just beat other artists at their own game. So don't let others...
Is there like a stigma or something about BTS to where someone might feel like they're embarrassed to be a BTS fan? You get what I mean? Is there a stigma around BTS that's like, if you are a BTS fan, it means that you're this, it means that you're that, it means that you're this and this and that? Is there such a stigma about that, about BTS for some people?
He wrote a very good article for Forbes titled "BTS didn't cheat their way to number one on the Hot 100. They just beat other artists at their own game." So don't let others guilt you for buying BTS's music. Don't listen to what others say. Stream. Watch their music videos and performances on official YouTube channels. Buy their songs and albums. It doesn't matter if they are old or new. OG7 group projects with only some members, or solo projects.
And listen, I usually try my best to find their channels, their official channels, to listen to their music. But usually it's just a cover album. Usually it's just the cover album, cover part of it, the cover album version, where you're just listening. I'm reacting to the song, and it would just be the cover art. It would be just the cover art right there. So that's why I decide to always go either with lives, which there isn't. If maybe because someone can help me out in the comments, and a few people have helped me out in the comments before in regards to finding videos, but where can I find official lyric? There's lyrics and lives, and they don't get taken down, and they don't get blocked. I will not have any issues with them getting blocked. You know, channels like that. Give me some names. Give me some names of channels that post lyric, live performances and lyric. Just general, songs that won't get taken down and whatnot. Let me know. Leave it down below in the chat, in the comment.
Official YouTube channels. Buy their songs and albums. It doesn't matter if they are old or new. OG7 group projects with only some members, or solo projects. BTS will remain on top, whether the music industry likes it or not.
Guys, I'm gonna do another video in the chat. If Kaz, you're still here, Jared, if you're still here, anybody in the chat, give me some recommendations to do between now and the video. Well, the video is about to end right now. Actually, I just saw that. But give me some recommendation. I want to do one video. Give me like a 15 to a 20-minute video. Give me to a 15 to 20-minute video. If no one's able to tell me anything in the chat, I'm just gonna pick one out of the Boracity Magazine, popular or older ones. Videos. We'll see.
Likes it or not.
But thank you, Jared, for this recommendation of the video. This video right here was good. Alright, so this one's done. BTS versus radio is done. Very good video. I feel like I learned a lot from that about radio and how they don't like to play BTS and why they don't like to play BTS. It sucks. It's corruption and it's scammy. But what can we do? They're still big. They're still big. I mean, look, think of it this way. Imagine if BTS was played in the radio here in the US normally, like 35 spins, 30, 40 spins, normal heavy amounts of spins. BTS would be 3 times as big as they are now. They would be 3 times as big as they are now. It's crazy. Here, let me go to Boracity Magazine, and I can show you exactly what I've done under the red line. Let me go to this one. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm going to this new screen right here. The microphone wasn't turned on, so I apologize about that. I was kind of going through whatever I did. And just real quick to go over it again. I've done BTS versus boy bands coming back. I've done Solos Are Antis, a BTS video essay. I've done Why Some Armies Dislike Charlie Puth. I've done BTS versus radio. This one looks like I started it, maybe. I don't know why, but it says BTS versus attendance award shows. Maybe I haven't done this one, but it looks like I started it, but I haven't done it. I've done Why Most ARMY Don't Like K-Pop. I like BTS Paved the Way. Why is it so hard to accept it? And I've reacted to the next BTS, Why They Fail Every Time. I've reacted to How BTS ARMY Changed Fandom Culture. Oh, I did react to that then. The one you were talking about earlier, Jared. I've reacted to Why the Music Industry is Terrified of BTS. All of that, guys, by the way, who are watching this in the future, or once this video is uploaded, all that is under my BTS playlist. So go check all those out. There's a lot of guides in there, a lot of, compilations, stuff like that, music. But that looks about it. No, I've done a guide to BTS for haters, skeptics, and non-pop fans. I've done that one. That was the first one I did, actually. Respect your seniors, mock your juniors. I've also done this one. So those ones, the ones that I named, are the ones that I did. The transcender sound, a good one, like Jared said. Let me see. So that's what Kaz said. The trendsetter. Where's the Jared one? I don't know what autocorrect is one day today. Sound is off again. My eyesight isn't good. Can't make them out to my phone screen. BTS trends are fun. And the rock stars one is good too. Wait, BTS trends are fun. Let's check that out. BTS trends are fun. Or did you mean to put are fun? More trends BTS has created. Is that the one you're talking about here? BTS trends are fun. Is that the name of the video? No, that can't be the name of the video. Give me a Bora trendsetter. There we go. Okay, I got you. Thank you, Kaz. Boracity Magazine trendsetter. Oh, trends BTS created. This one? Are you guys talking about this one? Trends BTS has created. Let's just go ahead and do this one. This one is 10 minutes long. That's about how much I have left anyway. Trends that BTS have created. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do that one. We're just going to go ahead and do that. Let me put it in the title. Let me add it to the title real quick, just so that way it can be on the title as well. Trends BTS has created. Fuck. Plus more. Boom. Title is saved. Alright. Is that okay, guys? This one right here? Alright, let's go ahead and do that. Trends BTS has created. Let's check it out.
And spreading their own.
Should I change, guys in the chat, Kaz or Jared? Should I change it back to a square? Should I change it back to this screen right here? Sorry, not this one. This one. Do you guys like this one more, or do you guys like this one? So this is one. Type 1 if you like 1. This one is 1. Type 2 if you like this style. Type 2. So type 1. Or type the letter 1. Like type it in the chat 1 for this one. And type 2 for this one. This style. The first one, whoever types 1 or 2, I'll just choose it. Alright, this one, we got this one. This one, I'll have to move myself a little bit to the left. This one, I'll be blocking some of the screen. You prefer 2? Jared and Kaz both prefer 2. Okay, so I'll keep it on this one then. Let's go ahead and stay here. I might be blocking some of the screen here, but I'll move the subtitles to the top. And I'll be blocking just the bottom corner. Here, I'll make myself smaller. There, I think that should be good enough. Alright, let's do it. Alright, so trends BTS have created. Let's go ahead and start that. 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Content. So naturally, there are some trends that BTS has accidentally created or helped popularize. So in this video, I'm going to rank some of them. But before, I want to highlight that I'm not saying that BTS invented all of the following things, just that they made them trends. I repeat, BTS did not invent all of these things. They just popularized them. So please watch the full video with my explanations before commenting. Also, a special thank you to Mega, who let me add some things from her Twitter thread. Number 11, popularizing big performances. I came across a tweet that said that BTS popularized putting 30, 50, or even 100 people on stage.
Damn.
And on this video by the channel Heyday, Korean dancers said that BTS were the ones who started to have lots of dancers and that it became a hot topic when they did it.
근데 저렇게 진짜 댄서 많이 쓰기 시작한 게 방탄이 아마 시작일 거야. 엄청 이슈였어.
So I don't know if other groups had hundreds of backup dancers.
Sounds good, Kaz. Oh yeah. I can definitely make the subs a little bigger. Sorry about that, guys. Subtitles. Options, font size, let's do 100. Yeah, 100 should be good. I'll move them to the top as well, so that way you guys can see them. Alright, let's go back a little bit.
근데 저렇게 진짜 댄서 많이 쓰기 시작한 게 방탄이 아마 시작일 거야. 엄청 이슈였어.
So I don't know if other groups had hundreds of backup dancers before, but the fact that BTS became a hot topic in the Korean dancing community when they did it shows that they at least helped popularize it in the country. Number 10, the Tiny Sevens on Twitter. I want to clarify that ARMYs did not invent this, we just made it a trend. Although this had already been done before, it was in 2020 when media outlets and non-fans started noticing that a lot of Twitter accounts included a small 7 after their names. This was a way of celebrating and promoting the release of Map of the Soul 7, as well as their 7th anniversary. But the number 7 is so important to BTS that we never stopped using it. Since it also represents the 7 members, this important album in BTS's career, BTS breaking the 7-year K-pop curse, as well as Good Luck.
Also 7 like means of very good luck, like right? Yeah, like jackpot.
Lucky number 7.
Yeah, lucky number 7.
And I say that this really became a trend when ARMYs started doing it because it was the first time it was actually noticeable. Around that time, there were a lot of articles explaining the trend to locals who googled, what does the Tiny 7 on Twitter mean? This had such a big impact that many famous verified accounts joined the trend, such as Payola Magazine.
How do you even do that? I see that on Twitter, like, well, not with just a 7, but that small 7 that you guys see right here around my mouse, where my mouse is right now. How do you even do that? How do you even type that in? Like, I don't even see it on my laptop keyboard. I don't see it on my phone keyboard. How are you able to type that in a Twitter handle and become part of your name and part of your screen name and all that? I don't even know how to do that.
Mason Ramsey, DJ Swivel, The Tonight.
Let's go back a little bit.
7 on Twitter meme. This had such a big impact that many famous verified accounts joined the trend, such as Paper Magazine, Mason Ramsey, DJ Swivel, The Tonight Show, and The Late Late Show. Nowadays, it's extremely common for other fandoms to include a symbol that represents their favorite artist when they have a comeback. And I've also seen fans of movies, series, and YouTubers doing the same. Number 9, reacting to their own.
Jared, how the hell did you do that? You gotta teach me. How did you do that? I don't know. Here, let me see. Let's see if I can copy it. I'll post it again in the chat. Look. I literally just copied and pasted your 7 and pasted it. Oh, you have it on your phone, the 7. How do you find it? Do you find it through, like, emojis? Okay. All right, let's go.
Own music videos. When they have a comeback. And I've also seen fans of movies, series, and YouTubers doing the same. Number 9, reacting to their own music videos. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I really...
Hold on, let me go back a little bit.
And I've also seen fans of movies, series, and YouTubers doing the same. Number 9, reacting to their own music videos. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I really couldn't find any other artists that released reactions to their own music videos before BTS. So even if someone did it before, their impact was not as big as BTS's, because since they did it, it became a common thing in K-pop, and now everyone does it.
Of course. Listen, that's a common denominator right there. It's if BTS does something, expect the rest of the world to do it. From now on, don't act shocked, don't act surprised, don't act like, what the hell? If BTS does something as a trend, expect the rest of the world to already do it. Just you know, don't be shocked about it. Let's go.
Someone did it before, their impact was not as big as BTS's, because since they did it, it became a common thing in K-pop, and now everyone does it. Number 8, unboxing their own albums.
여기 CD가
And the same goes with singers who do unboxing videos of their own albums. Suga has been doing unboxing and reviews since BTS's first album in 2013. And then all the guys from BTS started doing the same. I really couldn't find other artists that did this before.
Those are some nice album, like, I didn't even know nowadays that's how they come, like albums. Back then it was just a piece of plastic, the CDs inside the piece of plastic, and that's that. You grab the CD. It has a little bit of cover art on it. It has the track list on the back, and that's all you needed. It probably had a piece of paper on the inside, something like that. I forgot what it was, but that's it. Nowadays, albums come in a nice box, and they're colorful, and it comes with a book, and it comes with a case, and it comes with this, and it comes with a sticker, and it comes with a this and that. It's crazy nowadays how nice albums actually physically look.
Unboxing and reviews since BTS's first album
You're good,
in
Kaz.
2013, and then all the guys from BTS started doing the same. I really couldn't find other artists that did this before BTS, but the fact that now it's expected for K-pop acts to do this type of video shows that BTS at least started the trend. Number 7, giving their fandoms a matching logo.
Beyond the same. BTS.
It was always pretty common for singers to give their fandoms a name. However, BTS were the first to give their fandom a logo, and not any logo, but a matching fandom logo in 2017. Since then, other groups have also given logos to their fandom.
Hold on, I wanna see the BTS. Those are the fandom, ARMY, and then ARMY is that. So BTS is that, and then ARMY is just flipped. So it's the same two lines, but they're mirrored instead, or something like that.
It was always
Facing
pretty
each
common
other.
for singers to give their fandoms a name. However, BTS were the first to give their fandom a logo, and not any logo, but a matching fandom logo in 2017. Since then, other groups have also given logos to their fandoms, and some of them also match their group logos. Number 6, releasing music on Fridays.
Here in the United States, artists put out singles, 1 single, 2 single, 3 single, before the record drops. In South Korea, you don't do that.
For years, Korean artists have released their songs and albums on Mondays, since the tracking week for Korean music shows begins on this day and ends on Sundays. However, since BTS saw a real opportunity for success in the West, they've been releasing their music on Fridays, because the Billboard charts tracking.
You gotta always release your music or your videos or whatever at the right times of the most engagement. I do research. I try my best. I at least try my best to do research whenever I upload a video, because I do react. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, I do react to a lot of music from different countries. So I always look up and I research when is the best time to drop a video in the Philippines, for example, on Wednesday mornings. And it'll be like, on Wednesday mornings, the best time to drop a video for most engagement would be between 9 and 10. You get what I mean? And then that's when I schedule my video to come out. But you gotta always see what works the best, the times that work the best for you, that get you the most engagement, and you gotta go with that. So Friday must have really worked with BTS.
Begins on this day and ends on Sundays. However, since BTS...
Yo, Jared, how the hell are you able to make the... You know what? Never mind, man. I don't even know. You probably have some sort of an app or something to where you can get those. How are you able to make those ARMY from your phone keyboard? The ARMY logo and the BTS logo. How are you able to do that? That's crazy.
Saw a real opportunity for success in the...
Tell me what app you have that gets you those. Tell me if you're using an attachment. What are they called? Add-on or attachment to the keyboard or something like that?
West, they've been releasing their music on Fridays, because the Billboard charts tracking week begins on Fridays and ends on Thursdays. So releasing music on Fridays will make the artists lose points in Korean charts, since only 3 days are being counted instead of the full 7. However, BTS are the only ones that could release on Fridays and still accumulate enough points to sweep the entire following week on music shows, with only 3 days of tracking, as we've seen on music shows for the past years. So since they started doing this, other Korean singers began doing the same, risking their first wins on Korean music shows and prioritizing their small chance in the Billboard charts. Number 5, Halloween dance practices. Dance practice videos have always been a common thing in K-pop. However, BTS were the first ones to release Halloween-themed dance practices. Sadly, they stopped this tradition, but the trend is still alive. Since
I dare you guys to try to figure out who each one of them is right here. Hold on, I'll tell you. That can't... Is that RM? That can't be RM right here on the front. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. RM's back there. I can see RM. RM is back here. He's all the way back here. This, on the very, very right, is Suga. Or no, is it not Sugar? This is JK. This looks like JK right here. I don't know who that is. That back there, I don't. J-Hope? J-Hope is the criminal on the left, very, very left. I don't know who that in the suit is. Who's that in the suit in the cane? In the very front is Sugar? This guy in the very front is Sugar? Joker is V. The Joker is V. Okay, the Joker is V. Sugar is, yeah, very right. RM is in the background. Who's that next to RM? Jin. Wait, Jimin is the guy in the suit and the cane? Yeah, Sugar is Chucky, I got that. But who's the guy in the who's the guy in the suit? And who's the pirate of the Caribbean? Alright, so Jin is Jack Sparrow. I got that one right. Jin is Jack Sparrow. And then the guy in the suit has to be... Who am I missing? So, Sugar, JK, V, RM, J-Hope, Jin, Jimin. Suit and Kane is Jimin. Okay, so that looks nothing like Jimin right there, man. All of them look similar to what they look like, but Jimin looks completely different. Let's go.
In K-pop. However, BTS were the first ones to release Halloween-themed dance practices. Sadly, they stopped this tradition, but the trend is still alive, since now it's a very common thing in K-pop. I want to quickly mention that the most recent Halloween content we had was this, and it's so funny, but it's better than nothing, I guess. Anyways, number 4, Twitter accounts.
정국이 생일 축하해요. 네, 정국이 생일 축하해요.
BTS were the first Korean artists to be extremely active on social media, even before their debut. This was their only way of promoting themselves, since their label did not have the resources to promote them the traditional way, which was on TV. This was around a time when interactions between K-pop acts and fans were heavily restricted and moderated by their companies. So BTS were the first ones to have real open communication via social media, especially on Twitter. This is why in 2017, BTS were nominated and got their first big American award, the Top Social Artist at the Billboard Music Awards. Only days after they got the award, many K-pop groups opened Twitter accounts and started releasing content similar to BTS's. Thanks to BTS, being active on social media is now a must in K-pop. Number 3, having their own YouTube channel. Nowadays, it's almost impossible for a group to debut without a YouTube channel that includes casual content, such as vlogs, behind the scenes, and other videos similar to BTS's Bangtan Bombs and Bangtan episodes.
I gotta check out more of their BTS stuff. More of maybe the next live I do for BTS, I'll do some stuff from their actual channel, from their BTS channel or Bangtan TV.
But it was not always like this. BTS have been releasing this type of casual behind-the-scenes content on their YouTube channel since pre-debut, but it was only after BTS started gaining significant worldwide popularity that other groups started their own YouTube channels. And I really don't think it's a coincidence that all of these groups started their YouTube content on November of 2017. After they won their first Billboard Music Awards, there were groups that first created their YouTube channels, groups that...
I'm just thinking right now in my head, it's crazy how when I first started reacting to them a month ago, you absolutely see them as twins. You absolutely see every single one of them as twins. You cannot tell, absolutely no way in hell you can tell them apart when you first take a look at BTS. But then it's crazy. It's crazy how I can tell them. I mean, I'm not that good at it yet. There are certain pictures where I look at, I'm like, I don't know who's who. Certain pictures, but most of the time, like I can tell right now, it's Jin and RM right here, right? It's Jin and RM. Let's go back a little bit. Yeah, that's Jin and RM. Like I can tell that, but some pictures I'm not able to tell. They might be a little further away. The picture might not be as clear. But it's crazy how now I can absolutely separate them. They don't even look identical. They don't even look alike. Some of them. I get V and JK mixed up sometimes still. But other than that, it's crazy how that happens. It's crazy how the brain learns
own YouTube channels. And I really don't think it's a coincidence that all of these groups started their YouTube content on November of
Sachwita, what is that? I've heard of that before. A couple people in my comments have told me to check out Sachwita. Sachwita. What is that exactly? Don't spoil it for me, but what is it? Like, is it them compilations? Is it them having fun? What is it? What is it exactly?
think it's a coincidence that all of these groups started their YouTube content on November of 2017. After they won their first Billboard Music Awards, there were groups that first created their YouTube channels, groups that revived their abandoned YouTube channels, and groups that rebranded their YouTube channels to include more personal content and not only music videos and performances. Of course, I'm not saying that BTS invented having YouTube channels or releasing casual, more personal content. I actually found a couple of others that did the same, but none of them to the extent of BTS or as successful as them, proving that it was at least an inspiration to these other groups to do the same. Number 2, popularizing BeLive.
BeLive.
이번에서 뭐하게 자꾸 왜 자꾸 멈춰? 재미로 하는 거지.
Like literally VLive, like V is live, literally.
Naver, the Google of Korea, launched their live video streaming service BeLive, also.
Isn't it ironic that it says VLive and V is the one that's live right now? Am I tripping? That is V, right? It is V. Or is it JK? Hold on. Guys, give me 1 second. RM, Jimin, Jin, J-Hope, Suga. Yeah, no, this is V. There's gotta be V. This is V. It's called VLive and V is the one who's taking a video. That's hilarious.
Same. Number 2, popularizing BeLive.
이번에서 뭐하게 자꾸
I'll definitely check out Sawitcha. Is that what it's called? Sachwita. I'll definitely check that out. It's people in the chat saying that it's Suga's talk show. He has great guests, including the members, and they eat and drink and chat. I'll have to check it out. Maybe the next live we'll do a couple of those episodes.
이번에서 뭐하게 자꾸 왜 자꾸 멈춰? 재미로 하는 거지.
Naver, the Google of Korea, launched their live video streaming service BeLive, also known as V-App, in 2015. The website had a couple of groups active since its release, but BTS were the ones who started gaining massive worldwide success around this time. Therefore, they were the ones that brought the most international traffic to the app. Nowadays, almost every K-pop artist uses this website, which now has 1,450 K-pop channels. And a fun fact, BTS's company HYBE has now bought BeLive, so it's not under Naver anymore, it's under Wever's company. But the app did not only become popular because BTS had live streams here. Since BTS were known for releasing more personal and casual content, BeLive saw a significant growth when they decided to release their own shows on the app. This is why number 1 is making their own online variety shows.
I gotta check those out too. I've heard of those before too. In the last couple few lives, I've seen those before. Maybe that's something that we can dip our feet into. You know what I mean? Let me know if you guys want. Let me know in the comments or in the chat if you guys want me to react to some of these right here. Even though I wouldn't be able to understand what they're laughing about, what they're talking about, but still, I'm still able to enjoy the video and see what they're able to do, or what they're doing in the video. So let me know. Let me know which ones I can do. Hey, we got BTS in here. BTS, none other than. We got none other than BTS in here. What's good, BTS? How are you? He says, hello. Yaha kya ho raha hi. Shout out to you. I don't know what that means, but shout out to you. Jared is saying, I think after members episode, my favorite is Tableau, and members of TXT and 17. Those were cute. Wait, he had members of TXT and 17. Are those on the same record label? 17 and TXT. Are they under the same record label of BTS or company? Let's go.
The biggest type of content BTS
Run BTS is a must. Is that what it's called? Is that what it's called? The Run BTS? Don't worry, we have everything with subs. Okay, perfect. That's all I wanted to hear.
The biggest type of content BTS has created is making their own online variety shows. Before them, there were a couple of K-pop groups that had their own variety shows, but all of them were filmed and broadcasted by Korean broadcasters.
Did that say World Cup?
Had their own variety shows, but all of them were
Oh, did you win the World Cup or something? That's what they're saying. Yeah.
filmed and broadcasted by Korean broadcasting stations. And again, since BTS came from a very small company, they were not invited to pre-existing variety shows.
Hey BTS, what are you saying? I want to know what you're saying. I'm very curious to know what you're saying. A person named BTS in my chat for those who are watching this later. Talking in a different language. I don't know what he's saying. Saying Masak kar rahi hu yar. Hu yar. Masak har rahi hu yar. Itni raat ko jaj rahi ho so jao. I don't know.
And having a TV network to produce their own was even harder than being invited to one. This is why they created Run BTS, their own variety show available only online, and also the first variety show ever to not be affiliated to pre-existing broadcasting stations. Run BTS was filmed by their own staff and posted on BeLive for free. And their other show, Bon Voyage, was posted on the premium version of BeLive.
Bon Voyage.
And
Bon Voyage. Oh, I gotta remember this. Hold on.
Variety show.
So Run BTS. Let me write it down. I'm sorry guys. I gotta write this down. Run BTS. Check them out. All right. Look, I got my notes. I got all kinds of notes right here. Look at this. Kind of messy. It's mad messy, but I still got some notes on here. Let's go.
Available only online,
on
and
a letter.
also the first variety show ever to not be affiliated to pre-existing broadcasting stations. Run BTS was filmed by their own staff and posted on BeLive for free. And their other show, Bon Voyage,
Are they on
was
YouTube? If they were posted on VLive, are they also on YouTube as well? Can I find them on YouTube?
posted on the premium version of BeLive. And like I just mentioned, this show's popularity guaranteed the success of the app. Now, almost every Korean group has their own variety show with similar content to the one of Run BTS. The majority of them are easily
I gotta write down Bon Voyage too. Hold on. Bon VOYAG BTS. Check out. Perfect. That just gives me more stuff to look into and more stuff to react to. Let's go.
accessible on YouTube or BeLive. And of course, since BTS became the biggest group in the world, they began to be invited to every variety show. And broadcasting stations are more than happy to premiere their other shows, such as In the Soup on cable TV.
Yes, Jared, if you can send me some links, some like translated links that are clear enough, you know, that are clear that we can watch, they're watchable. Please send it to my email. My email is on every description. It's literally my channel name, BarcaLyze, at gmail.com. So just send me an email with a list of them and I'll check them out. Let's go.
And get ready because Run BTS is coming back soon and we are getting lots of fun moments.
Coming back soon? Hold on. When was this released? 2 years ago. So it must have came back already. All right. And guys, that's all she wrote. That is all she wrote. Guys, I want to thank everyone. I want to thank Kaz, most importantly, and Jared, most importantly. And Lori, of course. Family right there. Lori's family for me, guys. I want to thank all of you guys. BTS as well. Everyone that was in the chat. Everyone that was background watching or that wasn't included in the chat as well. Shout out to you. I know a lot of you guys were there. We had like 12 people in the chat at a certain point. And only 2 were talking. So I know there was like 10 people watching, but not really talking. They might have been driving. They might have been cleaning. They might have been doing something, working. So I appreciate you guys so much for taking the time, watching my reaction and just joining me live. It really means a lot to me. Please, guys, give me some more ideas in the comments of what I can do live, what videos I can do, what compilations, what guides. Give me some more ideas, stuff that I might have missed that might seem very, very important for me to know. Let me know if I missed anything, any guides that are really important for me to know. Let me know if I missed them, please, so I can react to them next time. Anyways, shout out to everyone, man, in the chat. Shout out to you guys that are watching this later. Please, guys, consider hitting the like button. It really would help me out. It'll boost this video into the algorithm. It'll reach more people. So please, guys, just hit the like button. It'll take you less than a split of a second to do it. So please hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Turn on notifications as well. Go to my BTS playlist. I have plenty of songs, compilations, guides, all that whatnot. Share the video as well, guys. And then also, last thing is leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this reaction and give me some more ideas of what I can react to. And answer some of the questions that I might have had throughout this video. Alright? Guys, thank you again so much. Much love to all of you. Take care. And peace.